Sydney Edelson and I are speaking on behalf of the affirmative side. We are both pleased to be debating the topic of school uniforms and look forward to persuading you why these uniforms would benefit the Upper Dublin School District. As Sydney has already stated, we believe it should be resolved that Upper Dublin School District should mandate school uniforms in grades K through 12 in 2013. I would like to remind you that school is an academic environment, and we should be worrying about our schoolwork, not what we are going to wear tomorrow to impress the whole entire school. When I asked Mr. Shuksa, a history teacher here at the high school, if he thinks uniforms would benefit the school environment here at Upper Dublin, he replied, yes, because I'm sure there's a lot of stress on students to have to dress a certain way. Sydney and I agree with this philosophy and also still agree that school uniforms will be beneficial towards Upper Dublin High School and the school district because it forces an appropriate environment, reduces peer pressure by promoting a positive self-image, and diminishes barriers between social classes. As Sydney explained, school uniforms create an appropriate environment by forcing the district to discipline those who choose to violate the school dress codes. Also, school uniforms reduce peer pressure because no one is competing among their peers to look better than them. Everyone will be dressed very similar, so there is no need to worry about if you look good in that t-shirt because everyone will be wearing almost that exact same shirt. Finally, this new dress code will diminish barriers between social classes because now no one will be the only one carrying a Gucci bag or wearing the newest limited edition Air Jordans. No one can judge anyone on how much money they spend and the name brands they wear. The dress code now is a problem and that must be solved, and our plan to add school uniforms will benefit the system. The negative side has brought up the points of money, self-rights, and expression. However, there are a few points I would like to bring up. Yes, the first year buying school uniforms will be expensive for the school attire, but it does pay off in the end. As Sydney had already stated, I spoke to Johanna Schaller, a mom of 2 students who go to a school that require a uniform in this area. She stated, the first year I paid $500 for my daughter's school wardrobe, but each year the cost goes down, because who needs a new blazer every year if they will always be the same? Also, school uniforms do mean that you need a whole separate wardrobe just for school, but it is a family's choice whether to buy a ton of extra clothing to wear out of school or just some t-shirts to wear on the weekends. According to PennLive.com, they state that there are many ways to save money with uniforms. Since the styles never change, you can always pass your uniform down to others in need or a family member. These are just a few of many given ideas. Also, the negative brought up the argument of self-expression and rights. They argue that by having uniforms, that is not ensuring the students' rights. However, you are still allowed to wear whatever shoes as long as they are closed-toe and have many options of expressing yourself, such as hair, makeup, etc. You would also be able to express yourself through art and music, which, let me remind you, will still be in school. The main point I'm trying to state is, yes, uniforms are taking away some student rights, very few. However, you are still able to express yourself in so many ways and focus on schoolwork at the same time. After restating these arguments, I am going to show you our simple plan to adopt the school uniforms by 2013. A district email will go out to parents or guardians of all students attending Upper Dublin schools towards the end of June, and also containing a list of uniforms of websites which you can buy school uniforms from. Parents or guardians will be required to buy the uniforms for their child. Girls and boys will be required to wear some of these possible choices during school. A collared shirt in colors red, gray, or white, khaki pants or shorts depending on the season, a scooter skirt for girls, sweaters or blazers, and closed-toe shoe. As far as jewelry goes for the girls, you may only wear studded earrings. But remember, this is an academic environment, not a bullying showdown. Athletes, on the day of your games, you are allowed to wear your jerseys, as long as you wear khakis or a skirt underneath it. Also, on the last Friday of every month, there will be a dress down day, which is where you can wear your normal attire to school, as long as you pay a $2 fee that will be collected in homeroom. This money will go to a charity of the school's choice. All these changes to the dress code will be strongly enforced by the administrators and teachers at Upper Dublin schools. According to educationbug.com, school suspensions and mischievous behavior have gone down across America by 53% after school uniforms that were established in schools. If the discipline rate went down in our school, parents would also be a lot more open to the idea of uniforms. The negative mentioned that we had stated something about gangs, but I don't think Sydney ever stated anything about gangs, because let me remind you, this is Upper Dublin. Change is also necessary due to the fact that people in this school judge others so easily, and by taking out the factor of how everyone dresses, there will be more of an accepting aura in this school. Procon.org states, school is primarily a place of learning. The garments worn should be reflective of that. Clothing should be respectful and conservative, falling in the lines of the school dress code. We are all aware that many kids are not getting the discipline they deserve for inappropriate clothing. But with this plan, discipline will be enforced. These school uniforms will be a perfect way to focus more on school rather than becoming stressed about how you will look. Overall, I want to reassure you that school uniforms only have a beneficial effect to the schools in Upper Dublin if we were to follow this plan exactly as I have described. I think these uniforms do not stamp out individually among our young people. Instead, they slowly teach our young people one of life's most important lessons, that what really counts is what you are and what you are on the inside, rather than what you are wearing on the outside. This quote by Bill Clinton just proves how Sydney and I feel about this situation. Peer pressure would decrease constantly all over school if we adopted the idea of uniforms. Just remember, school is an academic environment, not a fashion show. Please vote affirmative. Thank you.